Oh, hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Um, let's see. What do we want to talk about today? Well, earlier, I had a subscriber tell me to look into how Israel got their nuclear missiles and bombs and whatnot. I thought this was really interesting because I really never thought much into it, to be honest. And then I started looking into it, and I thought there are some pretty interesting things that we can kind of talk about. So let me bring up the map while we're talking. So one thing that I find very interesting about Israel's nuclear program is that supposedly they've been denying that they even have nuclear capabilities, which I think is really funny because let me bring up a good map so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Oh, no, that's not a good one. So they've been denying that they even have the capability. And I guess earlier during the Gaza stuff, um, one of the prime ministers, let me see, of Israel, Emahi Elahu, oh my gosh, these names are crazy, said that this is in November 2023. He said that, they're considering dropping a nuclear bomb over Gaza. And some people were like, whoa, that's, an admission that you guys have, that capability. Because I guess over the years, and again, like I said, to be honest, I don't really pay attention to this stuff, but someone told me to look into it. And, this minister said it. And then everyone's like, oh, so you guys do have them. And Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Bibi, suspended him because of what he said. I thought that was really interesting, and like I said, I didn't know that this is a secret because I always thought. Well, here's a map from 2000. Let's see, this is from the BBC. Okay, and this is. Let me grab this. This is from the BBC. In 2017, this is a picture of estimated nuclear weapons around the world. So let's take a look at this. Okay, let's take a look at it. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so this is from 2017. All right. These are nuclear weapons stockpiles, right? That's around the world. Let's see, and I think I've seen more recent numbers. It's pretty close to this right now as well. Let's see, we have about 7,000. Russia has about 7,000. North Korea has 20. 20 in North Korea. I mean, the North Korean ones, they could be paper mache ice cream makers for all we know. Who knows? See, Pakistan and India, they both have them and they're pointing at each other, which I also find very interesting. It seems like whoever that you're in conflict with, you want to match, you know, what they have. That's why the US has 6,000 or like 7,000 basically. Russia has 7,000. Pakistan and India, they also don't get along, so they're matched up, you know. I guess the UK and the French, if they ever want to, you know, relive the medieval times, I mean, they can. And then Israel, it says it on here. Israel has 80. And then there's a little asterisk to it. Israel has never confirmed or denied that it has nuclear weapons. And then all figures are approximates. I was like, oh, very interesting. I was always under the impression that they just had them. And then I looked into it more, like, I guess they got it in secret, you know? And I just thought it was very interesting because I never looked into it. How did Israel got their nuclear weapons? Because it's it's one of those things where I feel like you gotta sneak it in, because if anyone knows, like, look at what's going on in Iran. If anyone knows that you're working on it, they're gonna come get you. You know, they're gonna be like, no, no more. The idea about the nuclear missiles and nuclear bombs is that if you have it, if you got it, then you can bully people that don't have it. But if someone else has it, then you cannot push them around because you're like, oh, if you attack me, I'll nuke you. If you nuke me, I'll nuke you. And they're like, okay, you kind of just like chill, right? And then it kind of goes to the point where why Israel is so hell bent on stopping anybody in the Middle East, especially the countries that are around it, from developing anything close to a nuclear bomb or missile or whatever. It's because if they get one too, they can no longer push them around. Like if Iran had one, there's Israel will think twice about doing whatever they're doing. And the same thing will happen in Iraq, if you guys remember that time. The aluminum tubes, weapons of mass destruction. We just went over there for some aluminum tubes and found nothing. But you know, BB wanted to make sure that they didn't get anywhere close or even thought about it. Imagine being what's his name, uh, Saddam though, where he's like, dude, I don't got it. And they're like, you got it. I don't have anything. You got it. We're coming there. We're gonna get you. I wonder, like, when he was hiding out in his little hole, like, what was it really going through his mind? Like, I don't have the weapons. That BB guy, he got me. It was the BB guy. Oh, so back to what we were talking about. Looking into this, I found it actually, if you guys have time to look into it, it's actually pretty interesting on how Israel got their nuclear arsenal. I mean, supposedly, because like I said, they are denying that they have any, but all the maps that are drawn up on, like estimated stockpiles say that they got it. The interesting thing is that it was the French that initially developed the program in the 50s to kind of help them out with it. And that was very interesting. The other main thing that I find very interesting, and I don't get why people don't really talk more about this, and this is on the wiki. I mean, maybe uh, the wiki is, like in a way, anyone can put anything on the wiki, but supposedly how they obtain their enriched uranium is actually kind of very sketchy. I mean, this is publicly on the wiki, so I mean, I feel like I gotta do more digging on this and not depend on what's on the wiki, but it doesn't sound good because on the wiki it's saying that they basically, I mean, okay, this is what it says on there, okay? The CIA believes that Israel's first bombs may have been made with highly enriched uranium stolen in the mid 1960s from the U.S. Navy nuclear fuel plant operated by the Nuclear Minerals and Equipment Corporation. And then they had sloppy material accounting that would mask the theft. Basically, the CIA is saying that Ukraine stole it. I mean, Israel stole it, and that's crazy. Um, the CIA believes that the number of Israeli nuclear weapons stayed from 10 to 20 from 1974 into the 1980s. Okay. I'm trying to figure out. Okay. Oh, because they had that plant. And then Vanu revealed that from the 1980 to 1986, Israel obtained the ability to build a thermonuclear weapons, and by the mid 2000s, Israel's arsenal ranges from 75 to 400 nuclear warheads. Okay, very interesting. Oh, okay. Basically, the French helped them build the plant Dimona, and then supposedly they stole, which is kind of interesting that we don't like talk more about that. Supposedly they stole the uranium from us. Very interesting. Okay, but it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, that only the only reason why they're so afraid of anyone else getting nuclear missiles over there is one, um, then they can bully people around, right? Because if you can't push someone that has a nuclear missile. Like think about with Russia. What what I've seen, at least from my feelings on the whole Russia Ukraine conflict, is that Russia is a lot more vulnerable than we expected, right? The, because do you remember the beginning of the Ukraine conflict? Everyone was expecting Russia to come in there and just like bulldoze them. And what the conflict really showed, at least to me, some random guy on the internet, is that Russia is not that as strong as we thought they were, or maybe they're not trying as hard as they should be. Who knows? But they don't seem as strong as they could be. And realistically, if someone really wanted to come in there and take them over, like a China or maybe the U.S., you could. It's just that they have nuclear missiles, and if you really get in there, they're gonna start launching them. you know, that's the only reason why you need nuclear missiles or nuclear bombs, is to stop people from coming in, and basically taking you over. Look what's going on with Iran right now. If they had nuclear, and in a way, that's the why they're they're working. I mean, if they're working hard to develop the program, because once you just need one, and once you get one, people are gonna think twice about attacking you. So I don't know. I feel like, yeah, but it's very interesting that Israel has like renounced. They're like, we don't got it, but all the maps say that they do. So that's, I don't know. I find that very interesting. All right, I just want to throw that out there. If you guys have a chance, look into how Israel got their nuclear bombs, because a lot of times it feels like America's getting manipulated like crazy. I've been on this rabbit hole of looking into like old school, not old, but like uh, I've been watching BB Netanyahu's Congress address back in 2000. There's one in 2002, and then there's one from 1996 about Iraq. And even back then, he was talking about going into Iran. And he was saying that Iran is like, this is 2002, and then the other one's from 1996. He was saying back then that Iran was so close, and we got to do something about it. Send in the troops, is basically what he's saying. Very interesting. Okay. Again, I've been talking about this a lot. Is that okay? Israel said that they can handle this whole Iran thing by themselves. I want. Can we just let them do that? Just stay out of it. I mean, there's this thing where it's like it's their war, and they should fight it. Can we just let it happen? Sometimes you gotta see. It's like when you're like a coach and you have a fighter, and then they're getting ready for the ring, and you just gotta let them go. All right, I just want to bring this to your attention, and that's it for now. See you guys later.